The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's gonna high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
If you have bad credit, National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt
He's
for
still
more than
going into the end zone.
550,000.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Mesabi Field on the campus of Rock Ridge High School for this second game of the afternoon, where it will be the Mesabi East Giants and the Rush City Tigers going at it here in Game 2. We're getting ready for that game as we are set to begin here. First pitch coming up very quickly. And the Giants of Mesabi East wound up beating Two Harbors 10-0 after 5 innings. So they ended that game early, just like the Rush City Tigers did. So both these teams coming in off of 10-run wins. So both will obviously be looking to move on in the winner's bracket. Of course, the loser, their season is not over. No, their season will continue, but they'll just have to go and play in the elimination bracket as we are set for this one to get going. Ethan Game Day Gilman joining you once again for this game between the Rush City Tigers and the Mesabi East Giants. The Tigers come in as the number 3 seed. As I thought, the Tigers did have a chance to jump Aiken as they did. Aiken fell down to the number 2 seed. Now, I was talking about it last game, about how Aiken looked like they won 2-1, 2-0 over Crosby. I just got info. It was a forfeit, unfortunately, for Crosby Ironton. So Crosby had to forfeit that game. So that is why that one looked like 2-0. I was wondering, why is there only a 2 there? But that's why. So looking at this one, again, Mesabi East was the number 6 seed. They beat Two Harbors 10-0 after 5 innings. And they will now play against Rush City, who is the number 3 seed. Taking a look at the Mesabi East Giants this year. They were 10-7 on the regular season, 2-3 in section play. They scored over 7 runs per game while giving up over 4 runs per game. But you've got one of the top offenses and top defenses in the section in Rush City. Rush City has the third best defense behind Greenway and Barnum. But their offense is pretty darn good. One of the top 3 offenses in the section in Rush City taking on the Mesabi East Giants. 61 degrees here, gusts of about 10 miles an hour coming out of the west here as we get ready for first pitch here between the Giants and the Tigers in Game 2 of Section 7AA. The winner of this one would move on to the quarterfinals and would play against ESCO. ESCO is International Falls 12-2. So ESCO would host the quarterfinal game against either Rush City or Mesabi East. We're ready. We're ready to go. And leading off for the Mesabi East Giants is Alyssa Profit. So she will lead off for the Giants. Defensively for the Tigers, it's in the circle, pitching number 2, Kendall Pillar, and catching is number 18, Natalie Rude. Then over at first, it's Kaylin Glenna. At second, Megan Nelson, At third, Addison Antonson. And at short, it is Lola Mold. Then in the outfield, playing in left is Kinley Zeltinger. In center, Peyton Addix. And in right, Kenzie Simmons. Meanwhile, first pitch here to Provid is strike 1. 0-1 on the way. That one's inside for ball 1. Pillar this season surpassed 500 career strikeouts. She's not the only pitcher in the conference to have done that, but she is the youngest of the two to have done it this year. 1-1 on the way. That one swung on and fouled, just into the netting. So it'll make it a 1-2 count for the leadoff batter, Alyssa Profit. We're at number 21. Giants come out in their black jerseys, the white shoulders and sleeves, the red pants, black socks, red letters and numbers outlined in the white. Meanwhile, Kendall Pillar with the pitch. Swung on, and she got it. That's foul tipped for out number 1. So 1 down here for the Giants, and coming to the plate now is number 3, Kira Skelton. So Kira Skelton to the plate with 1 down here. This one is fouled back for strike 1. Tigers still in their all blacks. Blue letters and numbers outlined in the Tiger gold, the yellow and blue stripes on the sock and on the cuff and neck of the jersey. Here's the 0-1 from Pillar inside, and that's ball 1. Pillar played first base in our first game. She'll move to pitcher. Natalie Rude had a 5-inning outing in that game. Allowed only 1 run. The second was unearned. Here's the 2-1, and that one swung on and missed. And got a time call here. 1-2 on the way from Pillar. Swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 1 for out number 2. So her first strikeout of the afternoon is out number 2, and now to the plate is number 17, Adeline Butsky. Pillar gets the pitch call and the throw. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitch call here to Pillar. And the delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2. And Kendall Pillar trying to get the Tigers out of the top of the first. 1-2-3. Pillar readies. Here's the 0-2. Oh, just inside off the plate for ball 1. Good pitch there for Pillar. But I think early on, Mesabi is going to willingly be patient. Later on in the game, that's a swing and miss. 1-2 on the way. That one is popped up into the netting. And that will keep the count 1 ball, 2 strikes for Adeline Butsky. Pillar readies. Here's the 1-2. Low, and that'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the first. Tigers playing Mesabi East. Tigers are again the home team as the higher seed. Number 3 seed. 2-2 on the way. That one swung out right to center field, and it is caught for out number 3. I mean, that was hammered to center, but yet again, a good grab out there in center by Peyton Addix. There is not a lot of times you're going to get something by Peyton Addix out there in center. She is a very good captain of the outfield, and she makes yet another grab. 1-2-3 go the Giants here in the top of the first, and the Tigers will be taking themselves to the plate to try and get their offense going. So we get ready. Taking a look at the Giants defensively. In the circle pitching is going to be number 12, Reese Heikela. And behind the plate catching is number 9, Greta Levelwind. Then at first is number 10, Molly House. And at second, it'll be number 1, Grace Paul. And at third, number 2, Ashley Fossil. Then at short, it'll be number 21, Alyssa Profit. In left field for the Giants, it'll be number 3, Kira Skelton. In center, it's number 17, Adeline Butsky. And in right, it'll be Livia Takinen. Yeah, Livia Takinen will be in right. That is how the Giants line up defensively. So we get the final warm-up throw in. Leading off for the Tigers will be number 18, Natalie Rude. Again, Rude last game was the starting pitcher, but she went 3 for 3 in that game. 2 singles and a 2-run double in the final inning to help them get the 12-2 victory. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1. 0-1 on the way. This a lefty pitcher, so going to be looking a little bit different as this one is low for ball 1. One now for the leadoff batter, Rude. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. So now 1-2 count for Rude. Heikkila readies with the pitch, and here it is. That's low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Rude. Again, Reese Heikkila, the starting pitcher for Mesabi East, a lefty, so this ball coming in and looking a little bit different today for these batters. And here's the pitch. And Rude swings through that one. That is out number 1. So 1 down now for the Tigers as that brings up Kendall Pillar.
Now batting number 2, Kendall Pillar.
First pitch is in there for strike 1. That one is taking something off, but Pillar gets a hold of it. It's out to right field. It is dropped. And that will lead to Pillar being able to get another bag. So she's into second via the error in right. Well, now they'll have a runner at second. Mesabi East fans out in full force. Of course, they come out of Aurora, Minnesota, so not too far of a drive. Meanwhile, the next batter, Kinsey Simmons, is short pop-up to the catcher for out number 2. And only a half-hour drive for Mesabi East fans, so they're out in full force today. Meanwhile, 2 down, runner at second, and can the Tigers get some 2-out magic going like they had last game? It's Lola Mold, and we all know what happened for Lola Mold last game. A 2-run homer in the second. See if she can't do that here to get the Tigers on the board first. 2 down, runner at second for Rush City. Mold at the plate. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Again, they are facing a lefty batter today, are the Tigers in Heikkila, and that is looking a little bit different. So it's a little bit different of a pitch here that they're looking at for the Tigers. As not Rude, that is Mold. That one's going to be swung on and to the second baseman. Oh, it pops out of her glove, and now a run will score for the Tigers. It'll be an unearned run, but it scores nonetheless, and an error at second now. So 2 errors for the Giants allows the Tigers to score a run. So 1-0 the lead for the Tigers after an error at second allows Mold to reach. And, of course, Pillar with that speed coming around third to score a run. So 1-0 is the lead now. And first pitch here to Kaylin Glenna is outside for ball 1. 1-0 on the way. And she hammers that one down the first base line. That's in there for a base hit. And Mold, she's going to go past second and into third. Mold with some heads-up base running, realize, hey, they're not getting there quickly enough. I'm going to go ahead and grab me another base, as she does. So a single there for Kaylin Glenna will bring up to the plate the lefty, Addison Antonsen. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Antonsen. It's outside for ball 1. One 1-0 now for Antonsen. 1-0 on the way. Got a piece of it down the third base line. That's going to stay fair. It was unfortunately, it was touched out of play by the third baseman. She was trying to grab it to make a play, but it bounced out of her glove, foul, and that's going to be another run that scores. I don't know if that would, I think, technically be another error. So another error over there at third allows another run to score. Now runners at first and second. 2 down, 2-0 lead for the Tigers, and Megan Nelson to the plate. Late swing and miss there for Megan, and that'll be strike one. Oh, 1 for Nelson. Pitch on the way. Swing and miss on that one, and it's strike 2. 0-2 now for Megan Nelson. 2 down, runners at first and second. Trying to continue this inning. 2 runs have already scored. Swing and a miss on that one. So that'll be out number 3. Well, 2 strikeouts this inning for the Mesabi East pitcher. But the 1 hit allows 2 runs for the Tigers. Tigers did not have an error, but the Giants, unfortunately, had 3 of them. So no hits, no runs for the Giants in that inning. 3 errors, 1 hit, 2 runs for the Tigers. And we move to the top of the second inning. Kendall Pillar again out there in the circle for the Tigers today. And again, they have a 2-0 lead, which is nice. It was due to some errors. But for Pillar, that definitely allows her to work with a little bit more, and it definitely gives her confidence going forward.
For the Giants, number 12, Reese Hekala.
So Reese Hekala coming to the plate to lead off for the Giants of Mesabi East. First pitch from Pillar on the way. In there for strike 1. Again, Hekala, the lefty, stands in the left-handed batter's box. 0-1 is on the way. That one is swung on, again right to center field for Peyton Addix. Man, oh man, she has seen a lot of those hits come her way these last couple of games, and she has just been making all the catches that she's needed to. I remember when they had the doubleheader against Mora and Ogilvie last week, man, she had a lot come her way, and she caught them all. Now to the plate, though, is Molly House, another lefty here for the Giants. This one just past the shortstop, so that will be a base hit. But that's all it will be, as the left fielder throws it in. A dart in from left field. But it's a hit nonetheless for the Giants. 1 down, runner at first. Greta level wind. At the plate now, runner at first, 1 down. Bunt, and that's going to go foul. So bunt attempt there from level wind, and it will go foul. Runner will have to move back, and she was just coming back to home plate looking for her bat, and Rude was there waiting to give it to her, and she was super confused as to where it went. But she's got it now. So level wind. The 0-1, she'll look to bunt again. This pitch is going to go over the glove of Rude, and that will allow the runner to move to second on the pass ball. She did get her bat back in time, so it'll be a 1-1 for level wind, and Pillar will await the pitch call. And now, runner at second, level wind will still look to bunt. That one's in there for strike 2. Good pitch from Pillar. So now they'll force level wind to swing, but Pillar now ahead 1-2, and let's see what she brings here to try and grab out number 2. Ground ball won't induce any double play ball, but That one swing and a miss for out number 2. So now Mika Hunkala. Yes, Mika Hunkala to the plate. The designated player for the Giants. Stepping into that right-handed batter's box. 2 down now for the Giants. Runner at second. Looks at the first pitch outside, but does manage to get a piece of that strike zone. 0-1. Pillar with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 now the count for Hunkala. 2 down, runner at second for the Giants. And Pillar with the 0-2. Just high for ball 1. Good spot to put that pitch, but no offer from Hunkala, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Pillar with the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is out number 3. 1 hit, no runs for the Giants, no errors by the Tigers. And the Tigers will head back out on offense and try and get some more runs going their way. And they scored 2 there, but also forced 3 errors by the Giants. The Tigers will be led off this inning by Riley Zeltinger. Winner again moves on to play in Esco against Esco tomorrow at noon. It'll be a noon game. And then the winner of that game would move on to the semifinal. Trying to get you some updates here. Looks like the Pine City Barnum game could still be going on. I'll try and check around, see if we can't get a score from that one. First pitch to Zeltinger, low for ball 1. On the way. Gave a offer at it, but swung and missed for strike 1. One on the way, and ooh, shakes her head. She knew she shouldn't have offered at that one. But it's one of those cases where you're kind of swinging and you kind of just can't help yourself. And unfortunately, that's what happens there. 1-2 now for Zeltinger. Here's the pitch. That's in there, and she'll go down looking. So 1 down now for the Tigers, and that brings to the plate the number 9 batter, Peyton Addix. Funny enough, she wears number 9. But again, she's made some plays out there in center already today, looking to now get herself on base. Showing bunt, pulls back, and she'll swing right past the first baseman, and that's a single for Peyton Addix. Just under the glove of the first baseman. And a 1-out single. Now back, to the top of the order for Natalie Rude. Strikeout in the first. Remember last game, she made 4 plate appearances in 5 innings, going 3 for 3 with a walk back in that first game. So pretty productive. Now she gives this one a ride out to right. That's in trouble, but it is caught by the right fielder for out number 2. The right fielder had to come up a ways, but she made the play for out number 2. And now here comes Kendall Pillar. She would have been out number 2, but the right fielder, unfortunately, it popped out of her glove. She did not grab it cleanly. It was a clear out chance, but could not grab it. First pitch to her on the way. Outside part of the plate for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Pillar. Gave this one a ride. This one's popped up in the infield, and it is caught by the second baseman for out number 3. Well, one hit, but no runs for the Tigers as the Giants get out of this one without allowing a run. So that moves us to the top of the third. And with that, we'll get a chance to hear a word from our fine sponsors as you're listening to this game on Anthem Country, 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Leading off the top of the third inning is going to be Ashley Fossil, who wears the number 2. She bunts this one. It is into foul territory. No one able to get there in time for Rush City, so a harmless bunt foul that time for Ashley Fossil. But those pop-up bunts are dangerous because you're just trying to use your speed to get on, but those pop up and then you get a chance for an out. Meanwhile, this one is swung on and missed, so now Fossil down 0-2 quickly here to Kendall Pillar. Pillar, meanwhile, when this was given to me, she was at 551 career strikeouts. And she's only a junior, ladies and gentlemen. Only a junior. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. I think she's up now closer to that 575 mark. Let's see. Because when this was given to me, she had, 18 strikeouts against Mora. And then she had, 8 more against Ogilvy. So, yeah, she's creeping up, if not past that 575 mark. Grace Paul now to the plate for the Giants. 1 down and nobody on. First pitch is low for ball 1. Pillar readies. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now for Grace Paul, the second baseman for the Giants. And the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss again. And Pillar's back in front, 1-2. Grace Paul, the number 9 batter for the Giants. She swings and gets this one, but this one is headed out of play. So she'll keep herself alive with a 1-2 count. Section 7 AA playoffs, at least these 3 games. Supposed to be played in Rush, but because of the rain we got down there, we had to move it up here to Virginia, Minnesota, Rockridge High School, and Mesabi Field, home of the Wolverines. Next pitch here to Grace Paul is low for ball 2. 2-2 count now. And Pillar with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. So 2 strikeouts here. Alyssa Profits to the plate. Profit at the plate. Foul tip for an out in the first inning. This one swung right to the third baseman. Throw on to first in time for out number 3. Good play there. That was a tough play for the third baseman, Antonsen, but she did a good job to grab that one and make the throw in time for the third out. So 2-0. We move to the bottom of this third inning. And getting set to lead off for the Tigers will be Kenzie Simmons. Again, the winner will play tomorrow in Esco at noon against Esco. So we take a look at Rush City again. They managed to get the number 3 seed. They could have jumped Esco, but Esco, if I remember correctly, was undefeated in section play, so that's why they did not jump one more to over Esco. Tigers did lose to Esco in a close game, 5-2. But I guarantee anytime you play a team a second time around, it is always a different game. Now to the plate, Kenzie Simmons to lead off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third. And here's the pitch from Hakela. Right back towards the pitcher. Ooh, thankfully it goes off the pitcher's glove into the outfield. So the pitcher is okay, but that's a base hit there for Simmons. Leadoff single, and now it's Lola Mold to the plate. Hakela, the pitch. Mold gets a piece of this one, fouls it into the dugout of Mesabi East. Hopefully it looks like everyone's okay. So 0-1 now for Mold. And the 0-1 on the way from Hakela. Low for ball one. Hakela readies, and the pitch. Mold gets this one just past the third baseman, and it's a base hit. So 2 singles to lead off this inning. And we'll bring to the plate Kaylin Glenna. Into the batter's box, and Hakela readies. Here's the pitch. Gives that one a ride out towards right center. That is caught, though. And their throw in is not going to be in time. A runner will advance from second to third. But Glenna is the first out, as that was caught by the center fielder. Runners at the corners, 1 down. And Addison Antonsen to the plate. Reached on an error in the first. She'll step in to the left-handed batter's box with a chance to add on to this lead. First pitch swinging, but missing there. That time is Antonsen. It's an 0-1. Hakela readies. And the pitch. That one going to be bouncing. Oh, this is a double play ball. Throw on to first is in time. And it will be a double play. Oh, they'll tag Mold headed to second. And then the throw to first is in time. That's unfortunate. 2 hits, no runs, and no errors for the Giants. And now we'll move on to the top of the fourth. with the Tigers leading 2-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Leading off for the Giants this inning is Kira Skelton. She flies out to center again. That is Peyton Addix. Another grab out there in center, this time for out number 1. My goodness, Peyton Addix just flies out there in center, making another grab. Now to the plate, Adeline Butsky. Here's the pitch from Pillar, but it's low for ball 1. One-0 for Butsky, and Pillar with the pitch. That's low for ball 2. Two-0 count for Butsky and Pillar readies. Here is the pitch. This one right in front of Rude, and the diving catch there by Rude for out number 2. The little pop-up out. What a diving grab there by Natalie Rude for out number 2. And now to the plate is Reese Hakela. So 2 down now. And here's the lefty Hakela. Got a piece of that one. Oh, and it falls into the umpire's chest plate. He appears to be okay. Oh, 1. Pitch on the way from Pillar. Just out in front of that one is Heikela, and that'll make it an 0-2. Tigers trying to make it another 1-2-3 inning. Pillar waiting on the pitch call. She readies. Here's the 0-2. Outside for ball 1. Waste one there outside. Heikela does not offer at it. 1-2 now for Pillar. And here's the pitch. This one popped up again. Rude racing after it, but it's going to get down in foul territory. So Reese Heikela will do it again with a 1-2 count. 2 down, nobody on. Pillar readies again. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. That's going to be low, and that'll be ball 2. Even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Giants. Pillar readies. Here's the 2-2. This one is fouled out of play and into the parking lot. Looked like it missed all the cars. So we'll do it again with 2 balls, 2 strikes for Reese Heikela. Pillar again with the 2-2. This one again will be fouled off and out of play. Good battle brewing here between Reese Heikela and Kendall Pillar. 2 outs are ready for the Giants. Heikela trying to get this inning to continue for the Giants, but Pillar just trying to finish it off. Pillar will step back and await the pitch call. Here's the 2-2 again from Pillar. This one will be hit out towards right. Right fielder on it and makes the grab for out number 3. Well, a good battle at the plate, but eventually it is won by the Tigers, and making the play out and right is Kenzie Simmons. No hits, no runs there for the Giants. No errors for Rush City. And we'll move now to the bottom of this inning with the Tigers leading 2-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Don't forget, 7:30 p.m. on this very station, we will have the Hinckley Knights on the airwaves as they host the Coon Rapids Redbirds tonight. One of their many home games this year. I think they only have 5 or 6 away games this year. Otherwise, they will have all home games other than those 5-6 games. Again, the Tigers won their first game over Duluth Marshall, 12-2. And coming to the plate to lead off for the Tigers in the bottom of the 4th is Megan Nelson. Heikela with the pitch. Now that's outside to Nelson for ball 1. The pitch. Nelson gets a piece of it, and that is in for a base hit. Just past the first baseman. It just clips that corner to stay fair, and a leadoff single for Megan Nelson. Coming to the plate, Riley Zeltinger. She steps into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, and that one's going to go foul. Foul there for Riley Zeltinger, showing bunt and just trying to advance the runner. Put a runner in scoring position and try and add on to this lead. Here's the 0-1, showing bunt again. This one, that'll be enough, and the throw to first is in time. So the bunt advances the runner to second. Now to the plate is Peyton Addix again. She's made plenty of plays already just in this game out in center. But she did last game as well, so just continuing what she's been doing all season long. And now she'll look to add even more at the plate. Meanwhile, she misses the bunt there, and it's strike 1. 0-1 now for Addix. Here's the Heikela. Ooh, late swing and miss there for Addix. That one wound up in the dirt, but Addix trying to put that one in play, and it's 0-2 now. Runner at second, 1 down. Bottom of the 4th. 0-2 for Addix. Here's the pitch from Heikela. And she just did get a piece of it to foul it back into the netting there. Catcher was completely confused as to where that one went. Thought it was in the air, but went straight back into the netting. So the 0-2 again for Addix. Got a piece of it to the third baseman. Throw on to first is in just in time. Round number 2, but that advances the runner again to third. And now we're to the top of the order once again. Natalie Rude has a chance to continue their hot run today of 2 outs. mean, they have done some work with 2 outs today. Let's see if Rude can't continue that right now. They would like to add some more runs onto this lead. First pitch to her, outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Natalie Rude, 2 down. Runner at third. Next one is swung on, right out towards right, and it is caught for out number 3. Well, 1 hit, no runs for the Tigers. No errors for the Giants, and that will bring us to a close here in the 4th. Well, we move now to the top of the 5th inning. A 2-0 lead for the Tigers on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on Anthem Country, WCMP. Ready for the top of the 5th inning. Moving along in this game. Over on 100.9 FM, you probably could listen. Actually, you could to the Twins. They won their first game against the Guardians today, 6-5. They now lead the Guardians here in Game 2, 1-0 in the 4th. So as we lead off the 5th, it's lefty Molly House to lead off for the Giants. Pillar with the pitch. Swing and a miss on that rising fastball. Molly House, 1 for 1 today, hit a single back in the 2nd. Eventually reached second base on a pass ball, but that was it. And here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed again, and Pillar out in front 0-2. Pillar again has over 550 career strikeouts, just adding more onto her career totals. And here's the 0-2 looking for another one. Swing and a miss, and there's another one added onto her total, but that, more importantly, is out number 1. Now to the plate is Greta Levelwind. With 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Pillar readies. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on that one. Had her guessing. She struck out swinging back in the 2nd, did Levelwind. And Pillar gets the pitch call. Here's the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2, Levelwind. Yeah, that one was at a spot where she had to second guess it, and she went by her for strike 2. 0-2 pitch on the way from Pillar. Swing and a miss for out number 2. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th. And to the plate is Mika Honkala. She also swung and missed for strike 3 back in the 2nd. Pillar readies and the pitch. Got a piece of it there, did Honkala, and fouls it back. Well, that'll be strike 1 now for Honkala. Top of the 5th, 2 down already for the Giants. Pillar readies with the 0-1. Late swing on that one and missing is Honkala. And now it's 0-2 and Pillar trying to strike out the side. This would be huge for the Tigers defense, and that would put their offense back to work, and they need some more insurance runs. Here's the 0-2, and she wastes one outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Honkala, the designated player today for the Mesabi East Giants. Here's the 1-2 from Pillar. And she just did get a piece of that one, did Honkala, to keep herself alive, but it's fouled. And count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up at Mesabi Field on the campus of Rock Ridge High School in Virginia, Minnesota. Turf field that these teams get to play on. Pillar with the 1-2. Just high, and that runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, top of the 5th. Nobody on for the Giants. Pillar awaiting the pitch call. Here's the 2-2. Low, and that'll be ball 3 to run the count full for Honkala. So after being down 0-2, she's now run it 3-2. And Pillar still looking to strike out the side or even out 3. She'll take it. Here's the pitch. That's in there on the inside part of the plate, but got her for a strike 3 looking. 1-2-3 go the Giants. No hits, no runs, and no errors for the Tigers. And it will be the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Tigers will try to get that offense to get some runs added on here. They added both of their runs in the first after 3 errors committed by the Giants. Tigers will look to, again, add on some insurance runs here as getting late into this one already. Already the 5th inning here in this game. Moving along quite quickly. The loser of this one is not done. Their season is not over. They will just move to the the elimination bracket, I should say. And the loser would play, the loser would play against, what is this, game 12. So the loser would play against International Falls tomorrow at 2 in Esco. So loser would play tomorrow at 2 in Esco against I Falls. Meanwhile, leading off for the Rush City Tigers is Kendall Pillar. Pillar's 0 for 2 today. Got a piece of that one out towards right, though. It hangs, and it's going to be trouble. That's going to get down for a base hit, and she's rounding second. She uses those wheels and gets into third easily for a leadoff triple. And she thought about going as that ball got away from the third baseman, but she'll stay. Leadoff triple there for Kendall Pillar. And that brings to the plate Kenzie Simmons. So now you've got a runner at third in scoring position with nobody out, and prime opportunity now for the Tigers to add on. Kenzie Simmons, only an 8th grader with a varsity letter already. Meanwhile, that ground out to this second baseman is going to be enough to score the run. So now, with 1 out, nobody on, the Tigers lead 3-0, and that brings to the plate Lola Mold. First pitch to her, thought about it, but holds off for ball 1. Good eye there from Lola Mold. Lola Mold, only a freshman. She was Rookie of the Year back last year, All-Conference Honorable Mention, and All-Section honoree, and a varsity letter winner. It's a piece of that one. Oh, it's under the second baseman. And that'll be, I think, another error. Right under that glove again. And to the plate is 15, Kaylin Glenna. Glenna is an all-conference member twice. She's 2 times a defensive MVP. The first pitch to her is ball 1. Pitch from Heikkila on the way. Thought about it, but lays off as that is strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Waiting for a better pitch to swing at than that and trying to put one into play to try and allow Lola Mold have a chance. Here's the 1-1. And that one, is right to the shortstop. Throw on to first is, might have got a gift there. I think that throw to first may have been there in time, but the umpire says no, that Mold got back safely. That was close. She might have gotten a gift, and now they're actually going to come. The umps are going to talk about it. The umpires come together to talk about it. They're going to see. From my vantage point, it looked like that the throw was there, but I'm up in the booth, so they're going to call her safe. Again, I'm up in the booth, so I don't have the clearest of views. So her hand could have just got in there in front of the throw, but now it's Addison Antonsen to the plate. And Antonsen is a varsity letter winner. This one swung on right to third baseman. Oh, it gets into her chest, but the throw on to first is not going to be in time. Uh-oh, and Mold overran it. And she is going to be out at third. And she's saying, she's mentioning something to the umpire. I'm not sure about what. Now, she overran second. Not real sure what that was. Interesting. One run scores for the Tigers there in that inning. 2 errors, though, for the Giants. Well, the Tigers, it's a 3-0 lead. And we move forward to the top of the 6th inning. Tigers defense has been doing the work they've needed to hold on to this lead. 3-0, and Pillar will continue that work here in the 6th. Leading off for the Giants is going to be Ashley Fossil. Pillar with the pitch. Ooh, they're going to talk about it. Not a lot to talk about. That's foul ball. Well, we'll see here. Looked foul. Should be foul anyways. Umpires will come together to discuss once again. So it is yes, it will be a strike. So 0-1 now for Fossil. And the pitch on the way from Pillar. Swing and a miss by Fossil. And now it's 0-2. Pillar readying. Waiting for the pitch call. And now here's the pitch. Just outside for ball 1. 1-2 count for Ashley Fossil. The leadoff batter for the Giants, Pillar, with the 1-2. And that one is going to be ball 2 as it's well over the head of Natalie Rude. Even up to count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pillar readying the call from the dugout. 2-2 on the way. Got a piece of it bouncing to third. Throw on to first in plenty of time for out number 1. So 1 down now for the Giants, and to the plate is Grace Paul. Paul swung and missed at strike 3 back in the 3rd. Pillar readies. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Paul. Here's the 0-1 from Pillar. And Paul just did get a piece of that one to foul it into the backstop. but the count now 0-2. Pillaretti's 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that is out number 2. Back to the top of the order for Alyssa Profit.
Shortstop, number 21, Alyssa Profit.
2 down, nobody on here for the Giants. And the Tigers trying to make it another 1-2-3 inning. That one just high for ball 1. Kendra Pillar last year pitched over 116 innings with 232 strikeouts and an ERA of .301. That's kind of good. That one is swung on and fouled out of play by Profit, and that will make it a 1-1 count. 1-1 on the way from Pillar, and that is strike right down the middle for Profit, and also 1-2 count. Pillar readying and trying to finish off the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss, and good looking movement on that ball for strike 3 and out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Giants. No hits, no runs, no errors by the Tigers. And we'll move to the bottom of the 6th, and the Tigers trying to add on even more insurance here as we're getting close to the end of this one. Winner plays tomorrow in Esco against Esco, and that would be played at noon. Loser will move on to play International Falls in Esco at 2. And then whoever wins tomorrow against Esco will play in the semifinals next week in Cloquet. Beautiful day up here in Virginia, Minnesota, the home of Rock Ridge High School. 61 degrees. If we compare that to where our station is located, Pine City's sitting at 50 degrees. We're 10 degrees warmer up here in Virginia. That's not something you see real often, is northern Minnesota is warmer than east central Minnesota. Not often you see that. Meanwhile, leading off for the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th is Megan Nelson. Good movement on that pitch. Gets her to swing and miss. Oh, 1 now for Nelson. She's 1 for 2 today. A single back in the 4th. Eichela with the pitch. Outside. Good eye there from Nelson. And that's ball 1. She thought about it, but laid off for ball 1. It would have been a late swing anyway, so it would have been. She did a good job of holding off there. Here's the 1-1. And another good eye there from Nelson, as that one rides up in the zone for ball 2. Megan Nelson is new to varsity this season as a sophomore. She gets a piece of that one and fouls it off to even up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Eichela readies. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh, and that one, I got stuck in her hand. Had to run the count full, as that is ball 3. So the 3-2 on the way. That's in there for strike 3. And Nelson will go down looking as out number 1. 1 down now for Riley Zeltinger. She'll step into the right-handed batter's box. And here's the pitch. Swung through that one and misses for strike 1. Not a lot doing offensively here in this game for Rush City. Give credit to Heikkila for that. 0-1 on the way. got a piece of that one. It hits the pitcher's glove, but it winds up getting to the shortstop, and the throw on to first is in time for out number 2. Almost a redirect there from the pitcher off her glove to the shortstop. And now to the plate is Peyton Addix, 1 for 2 today. Grounded out back in the 4th. But she's made a ton of plays out in center today. So she'll try and make it another 0-2 rally for the Tigers as this ball is high and inside for ball 1. We've seen that last game, few innings for the Tigers where they had a few good 2-out rallies on their way to a 12-2 win over Duluth Marshall. Next one in there to Addix is strike 1. 1-1 on the way. Swung just through that one for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Addix, trying to get it at least one more batter. That brings you back to the top of the order. Then you'd see Rude, Pillar, Simmons, Mold. That would be real helpful for the Tigers. And she swings and misses on that one for out number 3. Well, it's all down to the defense of Rush City. No hits, no runs, no errors by the Giants. And we're headed to the top of the 7th. It all comes down to the Tiger defense. Can they finish it off here and then push themselves on to tomorrow, the quarterfinals against ESCO? Well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll get one quick word from our sponsors here on WCMP.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Well, here we go. 3 more outs for the Tigers. That's all they need. They just need 3. Kira Skelton to lead off for the Giants. Pillar readying. Here's the pitch. Got her to swing at one outside for strike 1. Pillar in command now, getting these Giant batters to swing at pitches that are outside, and that's also a little bit of pressure added on too because they're down to their last 3 outs. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Ooh, that one got away from her outside for ball 1. In fact, that's the similar pitch to the pitch that Skelton just swung and missed on. So Pillar now 1-1 to Skelton, and the pitch on the way. Swung on and just foul. Out in right. That'll make it a 1-2 now. Pillar readies. Here's the 1-2. Fires that one in there for a strike 3 swinging. And out number 1. 2 outs are needed now for the Tigers. Out of the plate is Adeline Butsky. For Butsky today, 0 for 2. Had that little pop-up that was caught on the dive by Natalie Rude back in the 4th. First pitch to her is swung on and missed. Pillar getting the pitch call from the dugout. And Pillar with the pitch. That one bouncing to Rude for ball 1. Pillar and the 1-1. Swung on and fouled down the first base line. Another 1-2 here. So Pillar, a 1-2 count again. This time to Adeline Butsky. Here's the pitch from Pillar. That one is out towards center, and that'll be a base hit. So that will put a runner on for the Giants. But still, they Tigers need 2 outs. Reese Heikela coming to the plate. Runner at first, 1 down. Pillar readying. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 1, and that ball gets away from Rude, and the runner from first moves to second. So a pass ball allows her to advance. 1-0 count here for Heikela. The 1-0 now on the way. That one fouled backwards, and it makes it a 1-1 for Heikela. One down, runner at second now for the Giants of Mesabi East. Tigers need 2 more outs to finish off the game. 1-1 on the way from Pillar. Ooh, in there for strike 2. Late strike call, but it is a strike on the outside part of the plate. One, two, Pillar with the pitch. A bouncer to the second baseman. Not going to get it there in time. Oh, not, and then the throw over to third. But she's there. Well, runners at the corners now. An error there at second. Allows that runner to reach. And 1 down, Molly House at the plate now. House is the tying run, so the Tigers got some work to do here. They will have a courtesy runner here for the pitcher. That will be Kirby Olmstead. Pillar readies. And the first pitch to House. Swung on and missed. They'll allow the runner to second. They're not going to risk a throw down there. No need to risk that throw. So Pillar has her work cut out for her here. Getting that tying run at the plate right now. And Pillar that one upstairs for ball 1. One for House. Runners in scoring position with 1 down. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout here for the Tigers would do absolute wonders to try and get this third out and not allow a run. Pillar readying. 1-2 on the way. This one's popped up, so that would also help. And, ooh, little miscommunication between the third baseman and catcher, and that's going to get down in foul territory. That should have been an out for the Tigers. That's one where they'll look back and go, man, we gotta get that one. And unfortunately, you give House another chance. That's one where you have to have it there if you're the Tigers. Well, so they'll have to do it again for Molly House. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is out number 2. That is big time for the Tigers. Now they need 1 more out. Runners in scoring position. 2 down. Greta Levelwind, Levelwind now comes to the plate. 2 down. Runners in scoring position. She is the tying run. Pillar and company looking for just 1 more out. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Ooh, and Levelwind laid off. That is high for ball 1. Winner moves on to play Esco tomorrow in Esco. Loser moves on to play International Falls in Esco tomorrow. Pillar with the pitch, trying to come up clutch again. This is swung on and missed. Pillar and company trying to get out of here with the wind. With the wind, that's how you say it. That's English. 1-1 on the way from Pillar. The level line, that is inside, but it does get a piece of the strike zone for strike 2. Here we go. Giants down to their final strike. Pillar looking for one more to put them into the section quarterfinals. Pillar readying. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runners in scoring position at second and third. Tigers needing one more strike. Pillar readies. Here's the payoff. And it bounces to Rude. Good job, though, by Rude to keep that ball in front of her. If that gets by her, 1 run's coming home. Great job by Rude to block that one. Full count now for Greta Levelwind. Pillar with the pitch. And it's in there for strike 3. And that'll be out number 3. And the Tigers will move on to play tomorrow in Esco. So the Tigers will move on. And the Tigers will play Esco at noon. The Giants will play International Falls. We'll take one quick commercial break, then we'll be back to recap this one. You're listening to Section Playoff Softball here on Anthem Country WCMP.
Join us June 14th for a day full of free outdoor experiences.
Oh, I was there last year, and I'm going again.
Join us for the free youth outdoor experience at the Gopher Rifle and Revolver Club in Harris, June 14th. Come for the axe throwing, exhibits, clay pigeon demos from the fire department, arts and crafts, 2,000 ears of sweet corn. There's really too much to mention. And kids that sign up before May 31st get a free t-shirt. Register now.
It's easy to sign up. There's a QR code on the Facebook page.
Get the QR code today. Visit Long Spurs of Sunrise River.
It was awesome.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Back here on Anthem Country, WCMP. The Tigers get the victory over the Mesabi East Giants 3-0. They will now play the 2-seeded Esco team tomorrow at noon in Esco. Again, the Tigers lost them earlier in the season 5-2, but this will be a lot different this time around because there is a lot more on the line. Now, if the Tigers do win, they'll move on to the semifinals, which will be played next week. If they lose, they would just go to the elimination bracket. Again, they win this one 3-0. Taking a look at Pillar's performance. She went all 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, and 13 strikeouts there for Kendall Pillar in this one. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're listening to this one on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube. That way you can catch all of our games on the YouTube channel. Of course, I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do. We appreciate them for hopping on for whether it's spring, summer, fall, winter sports. We appreciate them. And also remember to tune in later tonight on this channel. At about 7:30, we will have the Hinckley Knights game as they host the Coon Rapids Redbirds tonight. So be sure to tune in for that one. More sports can be found on our morning shows on KBK with Adam Hefty at 7:30 and 8:30, then on 100.9 FM with Josh Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. Stay tuned to our websites, kbk.com, wcmpradio.com, for all things local sports, and also for the links for games that we'll have coming up that week as well. Those will be on there. Then also our websites and our social medias, all things. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe to stay tuned to all things local sports. Again, tune in around 7:30. We will have the Hinckley Knights game versus Coon Rapids right here on Anthem Country WCMP. But for WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone's going through. Your kindness can make their day. The final again, the Tigers beat the Giants on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard 3-0. Once again, for WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Tune in later for the Hinckley Knights game.